And these are the top story that we have for you tonight. And first, we start with our bulletin tonight. The chair of governors have said they will not appear into the Senate committee to review on the matters of the county. Speaking today, where they were in a position of meeting in Bungoma County, the alleged governors were in a position of saying they will not appear into the Senate, many of them saying that they have been asked for bribe. But this come after the chair of the committee and the Homa Bay Senator Kajwang saying that have not yet happened. Kajwang was in a position of saying that some governors are saying they are being asked for their money, saying that they need to give approved evidence. Kajwang was in a position of saying that many governors cannot recount how they have been in a position of using funds into the counties. Many of them are now saying that they will not be in a position of appearing into the Senate. The chair committee that is led by a different member of parliament, it is led by Moses Kajwang, who is the senator of Homa Bay, Johnson Mwauma, Fatuma Ndolo, who is the senator of Isiolo, Letegwa Lembise, who is the senator of Samburu, and Edwin Sifuna, who is the senator of Nairobi. 3.3 Kenyans will be affected by hunger. This is Isiolo. This is different counties: Isiolo County, Garissa County, Wajir, Kwale, Samburu, Kilifi, Meru, Tana River, Marsabit, and Turkana. Today, Deputy President of Republic of Kenya, Professor Kithure Kindiki, chairing a meeting, was in a position of saying that the government will allocate 4.4 billion to be in a position of fighting hunger in the country. Many were in a position of saying that many counties have been affected by hunger. The DP speaking was in a position of giving his affiliation, saying that the national government will be in a position of distributing 4.4 billion. This is the money that will help into the disaster. Such counties that have been affected by drought, the government is now taking note of making sure such Kenyans will be helped so that they cannot be in a position of being affected by hunger. The selling of Safaricom share, it is a thing that have been seen with the committee of the Senate now saying they'll be in a position of pursuing into different counties so that they can take notes or opinion to people. Today, representing it in Kiambu County, a minimum of different Kenyans were in a position of giving their opinion of selling of Safaricom. Many of them were in a position of saying Safaricom being an outlet of the country that gives a country a lot of foreign. Many of them were being in a position of asking for public participation. This public participation will take place into 23 counties, like of Kiambu, Meru County, Tana River, Mombasa, Nairobi, Nyandarua, Murang'a County, Isiolo, and other counties. At least if it will ultimately get the mere ultimate number, then from there, the Senate committee will be in a position of going to Parliament so that they can vet about it, and they'll be in a position, and after that, they'll be in a position of giving draftification on what is happening. SHA is still affecting many Kenyans. Today, we were in a position of speaking with one of the patients who is suffering from cancer. He had been in a position of saying that since he registered as SHA, he had been in a position of going into different stages of fighting chemo as a cancer. He was in a position of saying that he had been visiting different hospitals and he have not yet gotten the help. He was in a position of saying that the last hospital she was in a position of visiting is KNH Hospital. And after visiting KNH Hospital, he was not being in a position of being helped. And the large amount of money that is required for her to get treatment is still getting worse day by day. She was in a position of expressing how she had been battling cancer despite the SHA. Many saying that SHA is still working, and thereafter SHA is still affecting to many Kenyans who cannot afford drugs. She was taken to KNH hospital, where she was in a position of saying that buying drugs to her, it had been a tough task for him. She's now asking the government to take intervention and come up with a proper channel of making sure that such a thing are working to people. The death of Charlene, a young girl, a 22-year-old girl who died yesterday in Huruma, have sparked a lot of question and a lot of series to many Kenyans. The post-mortem that is required to be conducted tomorrow by government pathologist Dr. Johnson Oduor, it have come to a notion of knowing that the late Charlene died as a result of police shooting. This just come after 4 people have already been arrested in connection of his death. It is believed that Charlene was working in Huruma in a kibanda where she was selling fish. Thereafter, the bullets of gun were hit onto him, and after his mother heard about the devastating story of his children, she was in a position of expressing a lot of sorrow unto him. Today, many people were in a position of going to Nairobi funeral, where the post-mortem is expected to be conducted tomorrow by government pathologist. And after that, they'll be in a position of knowing what really happened. Millions of Kenyans today were in a position of paying their due respect to the priest Mureithi. She was laid to rest in Murang'a County, many describing him as a passionate man, and his work, he was working tirelessly and serving the community. Many who were in a position of speaking in his burial, many were in a position of saying that the late Mureithi will be remembered as an iconic priest who was in a position of working tirelessly in the church service. Millions of Kenyans were in a position of mourning his demise. Many saying that his legacy will be unprecedented. Many were in a position of saying if history was to be written, then the story of Mureithi will not fit into the pages, because he worked tirelessly to protect the sovereign and be in a position of serving the people. He have died at the age of 74, and we say may his soul rest in eternal peace. After the video that escalated in the social media about Prophet Owuor, TV47 was in a position of expressing what really inspired into him. Many were in a position of saying they got a different revelation. They were in a position of speaking with one Kenyan who were in a position of saying that she had HIV and AIDS. And after attending a church service in Owuor mega gathering, he was in a position of get healed. And after doctors were in a position of doing their test, they really found that she was HIV negative. It is a revelation that many Kenyans were in a position of sparking it online. Dr. Owuor, many know him as a man who ride into different motorcades like a presidential escort and other things. TV47 were in a position of escalating and getting more information. In Nairobi TV, we will also be in a position of doing our rather investigation, and to do in the investigation that we were in a position of doing, we are still getting the ultimate to know what really inspired. Into other stories, Wiper leader Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka today was in a position of heading into Washington, D.C., where he was in a position of meeting different Kenyans who live in abroad. He was in a position of saying if given an opportunity, he'll be in a position of representing Kenya well. Kalonzo, who is inspiring to be the next president, Kalonzo was in a position of saying if given an opportunity to serve as the 60th president of Republic of Kenya, he'll be in a position of changing the economy and making sure that the lifestyle of the people have changed. He was in a position of expressing that a lot that had been happening in the country. He was in a position of saying that given an opportunity, he'll be in a position of bringing division and bring escalation to the republic. Kalonzo is expected to be in America for another 3 days. He'll be in a position of visiting different states. Tomorrow he is expected to visit Seattle City and also Ohio City. Here he'll be in a position of engaging with different Kenyans. President William Ruto is still going up with his campaign. Speaking today in Embakasi, the president was in a position of saying being elected for the second term, he'll be in a position of doing phenomenal to the country. He was in a position of saying that his allies who are spreading false information about him, they aren't working tirelessly. He was in a position of saying that since he took the assumption of the office, he had been working as a part and parcel by making sure he do deliver his service to the people of Kenya. He was in a position of saying he have done magnificent thing into the country. Yesterday, he was also being in a position of mentioning different projects that he had been in a position of working under his leadership. He was in a position of calling Kenyans to be in a position of supporting his bid by saying politics of the and politics of division that might divide the country should be a slot of the past. Former Deputy President Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua was in a position of saying that this is the high time for leaders to unite and embrace unity. Speaking yesterday in Nyandarua County, he was in a position of saying that the current administration is not working well. He was in a position of accusing President William Ruto in what he was in a position of saying that a lot of lies have been percolating onto the country. He was in a position many things are not working, the likes of health coverage, SHA, and other things that are not working well. He was in a position of calling Kenyans to be in a position of removing President William Ruto come 2027. And now reporting from Nairobi TV, my name is Edwin Kagia.